off. Today is day 247? Yeah. Day 247 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We were hoping to do an earlier stream today. That didn't happen. We were hoping to also stream Free Code Camp today, but because of the later stream, we're not going to be tackling the weather project. We're just going to hopefully find a CADA that is relatively basic. That is wildly unlikely, but that's what I'm hoping we'll be able to find. So, we're kind of limited because we can only skip one space for CADAs. So, it's either that stupid cube one or another one. I don't want to deal with the cube one. Cube one sucks. Pile of cubes. Pile of frustration. Fundamentals, most completed, level 6, fundamentals. There we go. So we still have take a 10-minute walk. We'll get there eventually. We have build a pile of cubes and replace with alphabet position. You know, that one actually doesn't sound terrible. Let's look at this. What is replace with alphabet position? Welcome. In this CADA, you're required to, given a string, replace every letter with its position in the alphabet. Wait a second. If anything in the text isn't a letter, ignore it. Don't return it. A being 1, B being 2, etc. As an example. Alphabet position. The sun sets at 12 o'clock. 20 for T, H for 8, 5 for E, space, as a string. There's no additional spaces. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's tackle this. I'm pretty sure it's easier than we're making it out to be in our mind already out of the bat. Maybe we can use replace. I think a regular expression would probably be the preferred course of action. However, with that said, I don't think we're going to use, what's it called? The regular expression method. I'm pretty sure. We'll check out replace. We're going to do split, join, and a couple of other things. I think we're going to do split, replace, and join. That's what's going to happen. So, alphabet, no, not alphabet position, text. We want text. So, return text. Text dot split. So out of the gates, let's do this. Let's do return text. Run sample. What do we have? 28.5, blah, 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 blah. Instead got the sun sets at 12 o'clock. Now, in our world, we want text dot split on each character. Return text. I feel like we should set this to a variable and save it. Yeah, definitely. Variable equals text array. Text Array. Yarg, matey. Shiver me. Timbers? The sun has 12 and other stuff and good things happening here and there. Beautiful, beautiful. So from there, we're going to want to replace stuff. I want to get rid of the spaces. Now, what if I do dot join? Dot join with a space. Let's get rid of the single quotes for doubles. And let's give join an exclamation mark. Let's just see what happens with that. Okay, so good visualization. It still keeps all the original spaces. Not exactly fun. What about... just a space? I'm afraid we're going to get double spaces. And we do get double spaces. Not cool. So, what do we want to do? We want... I still think text split is the right answer. Let's check out reduce, or not reduce, replace. MDN replace. MGN. No, MDN. String prototype replace. Now this is for strings, not arrays. Is there an array replace or just a string replace? We'll find out. Oh, regular expression. So it should be used in tandem with regular expressions. This is like a whole thing that it should be. Alright, well, fair enough. Regular expressions it is. Match. Alright, so regular expression, we can do A through Z capital, A through Z lowercase, global, and something. That's our string. This is our regular expression. We have our new array, which will equal string.match via this. We want A through Z. A to lowercase z, followed by we really don't need this here. What we can do is call this text array. We don't really need that. We've got our regular expression. Our text array equals blank, but what are we going to be doing with that? something about something. What about replace? So we're going to be taking a string. Once we have that, so then that would be text array dot replace with a secondary regular expression. Replace match P123 offset string. P1 is non-digits, P2 is digits, P3 is non-alphanumerics. Return P123 dot join with a hyphen. We have a new string of a bunch of crap, and we are replacing non-numbers, numbers, and words. Oh, non-symbols, non-numbers, and non-words? Hard to tell. All symbols, numbers, and words. I forget, but I know this is words. One of these D's is numbers, but it's going to spit out this as a group. So in sets of 3. So function replacer, blankety blankety blank, return blah. How about this? Define the regular expression in replace. In the following example, the regular expression is defined in replace and includes the ignore case flag. The string "'twas the night before Christmas." New string equals string.replace Xmas with Christmas. We're replacing all of this with that. 'Twas the night before Christmas. New string. Switching words. I'm just not sure how to shove in the numbers appropriately. I think we're close. What if we just do this? Run sample test. Not string, text. Text is what we need. Oh, it's got it broken up into 2s. What about that? Death. A through Z. Oh, and ignore case. We don't have to worry about A through Z. Because we already have, like, I don't need the capital. I didn't need to designate capital A and capital Z because I already have the I for ignore. So that's cool. So now we've got all of these. And now that we have that, really, all we need to do is turn those into the corresponding numbers. God. How would one do that? Well, that's sucky. Blankety blankety blank. Hold on. we have all the letters. Eventually, we're going to be joining them with a space. What do we tell it to do? A through Z. If I were to do it in my mind, the way I see it happening is, we'll call it letters. And run that. And then the same kind of song and dance, but with numbers. So variable numbers, which would can I do 1 through 26? Guys, this feels wrong. This is not gonna end well. One through 26, which technically should probably be 0 through 25. No, we want to return the letter of the alphabet. Text array and number array. To text array dot replace A through Z with something or other. Where'd replace go? Where did replace go? Replace string blankety blankety blank. Regular expression, substring, new substring, and function. Regular expression is the pattern. Substring is also pattern. New substring can be the replacement, and function can be the replacement. We'd be returning the pattern replaced by a replacement. Not good, man. This is gonna be bad. P1. Nth parenthesize submatch. For example, if A and B was given P1, the match for A1. Function replacer. Match P1, 2, and 3. Offset string. And this, we want to replace A through Z with 1 through 26. replace A through Z A A through Z I with numbers? Maybe. Wait. Do I do match? Can I do match and replace? That seems generally bad. Replace A through Z. Definitely not gonna be. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Just accept defeat, Steven. Accept defeat. And return number array. We pissed him off. No, that's a string. Well, if we were gonna do that, what about like capital X? So, I mean, hopefully it's fine, but I'm. Alright. Oh, we're doomed. So doomed. Dot replace blankety blankety blank. Maybe we can do text array dot replace and then the numbers. Maybe that's what I wanted. Text array replace with copy. Nope. This is bad. This is so bad. I think we're so close. I'm gonna Google it. A being 1, B being 2, required given string, replace every letter with its position in the alphabet. I don't see. I mean, I feel like we're really close, And I'm looking for a reference on how exactly I can just tweak my current code a smidge. Just a hair. We don't need the full-blown answer. Plus, we're too inept to understand a whole answer. So, they were doing... Oh, this is the person who came in. They were concerned. This is what they had. For loop. Interesting choice. Variable I, text length, push, alphabet index of I, plus 1. For variable I, text equals length plus plus, variable j, index of I plus 1, if j, result push j. Note that you can define the alphabet as the string instead of an array without any change to the above loop. Variable alphabet, when A through Z. See, that's what I was wondering, if I needed a key, either this or the numbers. Functional programming solution without regular expressions. Here's ES6 code, which chains methods upon the return the result in one return statement. Alphabet, text to lowercase split, filter, blankety blankety blank, dot map. Mapping was another thing I was considering doing. So character code at 0 minus A, character code at 0 plus 1, and join. That's not fun. With regular expressions. So here we had... That's really interesting that they did the regular expression, but they didn't do the I to ignore. Look, they have global right here. But instead they did 2 lowercase instead of just putting the I. Nothing... It's just a little odd. Strange, in my opinion, but I have no idea what I'm talking about, so... We'll consider their answer, but in the meantime, text.replace A through Z with nothing. Dot replace character code at, it's still this. It's character code at 0 will be A, and character code will be plus 1. So A will be plus 1, B will be 2, and C 3, as it should be. So A through Z. Add a condition. Replace blankety blankety blank with blank blank blank. Note that you can define the alphabet as a string of an array without any change to the above loop. So forth and such and such. I kind of want to see this in action. Because he's got function result. Alphabet is all of that. Text replace. 2 lowercase. See, he's still using regular expressions. 4 variable blank blank blank. Let's look at some of the other ones, just to come to terms with this frickin' nightmare. The cable works with this code. Try this one. Result, empty string. For loop, I0, text length, I++, code, text2, uppercase, character code at I. If code is greater than 64 and code is less than 91, result plus equals code minus 64. and concatenate it with a space. Return slice 0, result length -1. The sun sets at 12 o'clock. This is a fairly concise answer, and this is, oh god, I'm drawing a blank on the, what type of code, it's some universal indexed character code, and I'm totally drawing a blank on it. We'd actually used these references before, and I'm trying to, I think, because the range changes. Again, it goes from, the capital letters and then lowercase, and then it's got all the special characters and numbers and whatnot. Anywho, so this is handy. That's cool. I do like that answer. What is this? Define. I don't smell JavaScript. I smell something else. Okay, why is our eye and our nose? Why are we falling apart? Why are we falling apart? And you know what? There's no way in hell we're going to be using this. Who are we kidding ourselves? Alright, here's this. Oh, God. Save yourselves, children. Save yourselves. Run away. Run away. Function alphabet text. Test A through Z. Clean string. Text 2 lowercase match. Why 2 lowercase? They even have the I in here. 2 string replace. Blah. New string. 4I clean string. For J, test ABC. Clean string I is equal to test ABC J. I equals clean string length -1 if new string plus equals J plus 1, else new string plus J equals 1. This is also a fun answer. We like this one too. So not this, not that one. We'll leave that as a reference, but this was good. We also like this one. And once more, welcome this CADA, something about ignore, alphabet position, should return blankety blank, function text, take a string, replace every letter in its position with the alphabet. If anything isn't a letter, ignore it, don't return it. Variable alphabet, A through Z. This seems to be a common theme. Split apart the string. So text, 2 lowercase. Why is everyone 2 lower? Well, he's not using regular. Oh no, he is using regular expressions. Wouldn't the ignore solve all of the 2 lowercase issue? I think it would. Split, filter, function X. If X matches A through Z, return X. And then map Y. Check if Y is in the alphabet list. If alphabet Y includes Y, return the alphabet index. Oh, this is a placeholder. Look at this. Copy. Watch this. We can still keep all of ours. This part's kinda dumb. So, variable. Oh my god. Z. What just happened? Paste. We'll call it variable ABC, or we'll call it AZ. No, ABC. That's better. So this is our array. Here is text array, right? Watch this. Ta-da, be-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Cool, right? Exactly. That's what I was thinking. But now, what we're going to do, we have this. We have all of our letters. And this is why they were doing 2 lowercase. Match this. 2 lowercase dot. Because it's the key. That's why everyone kept dropping it. It had nothing to do... I mean, obviously, for the regular expression, it's important to have that in there. But the reason why they kept doing 2 lowercase in all the other examples was when they go to match it, the key. That's what's going on. Okay, so here we can do 2 lowercase. And let's try it once more. Oh no, we pissed it off. We did something wrong. What if we did... What else could we do? We could do 2 lowercase beforehand. Maybe. Cut. Is that any better? No, that's not. We're making things worse. Oh god. Oh god. We're destroying things. Anywho, back to our next step. If text array, hey, encrypted cow. Encrypted cow. Ah, yes, dear God, right? I know it's a nightmare. We'll piece it together. Encrypted cow. Why not just use character codes? That is possible. We did see that in some of the examples. However, we don't use character codes all that often. I should. But I don't get around to it often. And ideally, I think this would probably be the best solution to implement if we were to do the character codes route. Versus... I was looking at some more basic ones. Like so. As an alternative. But I didn't know if that would be good in the end. Yeah. And although as straightforward as this one is, it's a bit much. It's probably all the comments that are throwing me off. I mean, the comments are helpful, they're insightful. But anywho, you know what I mean. If it is return +1, use filter, blankety blank blank blank. I do like this one. Not... Is it that one? I like all 3 of those. Encrypted cow. Because you can't just convert each letter to a character. Oh, wait. Because you can just convert each letter to a character code in -65. That is what we stumbled across. Where do we have it? Ah, yes. Over here. See? Character code -64. Or 65. Whatever's more applicable. But that is a thing. We could do that. And we probably should do that. I was just trying to stick with one that was similar. What we have sucks, though. It's scary and sad. Encrypted cow is right. Don't use scary and sad code. Update it. Go forth with decent code and do the right thing. Alright, so in a perfect world, we could be this guy. We could be this guy. Alright, so variable result. Do we want an empty string? We want... Yeah, what do we want to call it in the end? We're going to call it variable number. We're going to call it number array. Number string? Numbers. We're going to call it variable numbers. Here we go. Here we go. Variable numbers. Sorry, just coming to terms with life and having to change courses. Variable numbers will be ready and waiting to receive. All of this noise is probably going to die. Oh, that is not a comment. That's a comment. Yeah, look at that. Good times. Okay, from there, we'll set up our for loop to either uppercase or lowercase. Probably two uppercase, and then our if statement. So let's set up our for loop with stuff. For variable, for variable I equals 0, I less than text dot length semicolon. Oh, something's wrong. I plus plus. We need our caret, not a comma. We totally missed the shift key. A lack of shift in our life. Curly nonsense. Followed by something variable? That's not right. There was an if statement below, which will be all kinds of fun. Return, not return. Something gets a semicolon there, and something's going to end up with a semicolon here. Yes, variable code. So now we need to take... What is that going to be? We could call it code. Let's call it letters. Letter code? We'll call it letters, because that was the variable we were using earlier. So it'll be text to uppercase character code at I. That is so clever. As I start to go through their example, I can actually see what's happening. Again, it's like a cat learning how to code. I don't actually know what's happening. But as I'm going through line by line typing it out, I can see it, and the light bulb is going off with each line, which is great. Letters. This code's actually going to work. Text dot to uppercase dot character code. Pretty sure character code. I think they had slightly different formatting for that. Anyways, so as far as the code, number, or range, the uppercase letters are different codes than the lowercase letters. See? So, God, why do I keep clicking on this one? That one can die, and this one can die. Here we go. So, See, the range, the code range, 64 to 91, that's for capital letters. If we were to change it to lowercase, it would be higher, from like 92 and upwards, or wherever that next set of lowercase values is. It'd be further down the code list. So that's why 2 uppercase. Good times, right? So from there, we are going to do, oh, and it's character code at. I knew I was forgetting something. Character code at for loop if code, which in our case would be letters, if letters, I guess we'd have single number. Yeah. Letters and numbers. Greater than 60 encrypted cow. Oh yeah, I lied. You want to convert to lowercase and minus 97. Or 65 if uppercase. Okay, cool. So wait, why? That has me slightly concerned. I mean, I think that's fine. Also, this is all noise that can die as well. All of those suck. This is the good one. All of these were lame. We can live with that. Why? Oh, so greater than 64 being code is, in fact, 65. I gotcha. There we go. That makes sense. So if code is greater than 65 and code is less than 91, then it will do all of that good stuff. So if code or letters are greater than 64 and double ampersand, letters are less than 91, so 90 and below, we would have return something. Encrypted cow. Mind if I share what I came up with? Hell yeah, go for it, encrypted cow. We're all about the community answers. Yeah, me and you, encrypted. Ride or die. Paste bin. Yeah, let's do this. Don't mind the man behind the curtain as we dig behind the scenes. Grabbing the comment. Yeah, paste bin. Getting pasty. That's right. Oh, it's getting weird. Oh, you use constant. You're such a badass. Damn. I wish I knew how to use constant. I mean, I've interacted with constant before, like a couple times, but it's one of those things that hasn't clicked. I end up using for loops and pushing to empty arrays for what I'm returning from the for loop. Like that's my bread and butter for the last 240 days. But regular expressions, you've got a constant with the regular expression in the same line. Death. I want to be that guy. I want to be you, encrypted cow. Encrypted constant is just variable, but you can't change the variable after you declare it. I remember that kind of. I just haven't had there aren't a lot of situations where I instinctively go, hey, let's use constant. Variable is so quick and easy and in your face. That's what I end up using. Death. Alright, but cool. Constant letters, string, 2 lowercase, matching A through Z, letters for each character code. result plus character code at 0 minus 97. Return result. Well, that's awesome. That's beautiful and elegant and straightforward. Even I can read it. That makes sense, which is pretty awesome. Way cool. Encrypted cow. It's kind of sloppy. Could definitely be made smaller. So if you do constant my variable equals 7, my variable equals 8, you'd get an error. Okay, so no updating it. Gotcha. Well, in the meantime, I still think I'm going to stick with the current sort of solution. This is still more my speed. I'm still a variable wielding noob. I haven't quite stepped up constant yet, but I need to. As I get more comfortable with it, we'll be sure to implement that. Anyways, result plus equals code minus blank and attach, concatenate a space. So we will have letters plus equals, code minus blah, concatenate a space. We will have letters plus equals letters minus 64 plus spaces. Cool. And then from here, return letters. Did we miss a step? I was so eager to run it. I should have checked. Hold on. Yeah, wait. Ah, yes. Slicing. My bad. Critical. Important to do. Result slice. Oh, it was result. It was result. Of course it was result. Which should actually be numbers on my end. My bad. Numbers and... yeah. A couple things need to change. Letters. There's all that in the meantime. Numbers. We'll slice stuff. I'm just checking a bunch. Okay. Mostly good. Now we'll be returning numbers.slice 0, numbers.length -1. I think. Unless this is a frickin' nightmare. What were we looking at? Numbers.slice. Why are we slicing 0 to numbers dot length -1? Something's hilariously wrong. Encrypted cow, we may be going with your answer. For some reason, there's a disturbance in the force. I think their code is categorically flawed at its core. I think Encrypted Cow may have just saved the day. Function, alphabet position, text, blankety blankety blank. What the deuce? So what did I miss? We were so close, yet so far away. if blankety blank, hold on. So if that's the case, Command Z, this is okay. This can live. We can paste this. Somewhere over here. We have our 4 with our open curly brace. We've got a variable and an if statement with its curly brace. And then we've got this nightmare. Function, blah, 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 blah. Function, variable result, ours was numbers. For loop, I equals 0, I is less than text, iterates by 1. We have our curly braces. We have variable letters. They have variable code. Text dot to uppercase. Oh, I set it to lowercase in my example, but it needed to be uppercase. I had uppercase earlier, but I went on my tangent about how the numbers shift when you use lowercase versus overcase. Bad Steven. Character code at. They don't have their semicolon, but that's okay. If letters for us, code for them, greater than 64, and letters again, code, less than 91, result plus, for us it's numbers plus equals, letters minus 64 plus the space. Finally, returning all that is supposed to happen. So if we get rid of this, something seems wrong. Something's missing? Nothing's missing, except for the fact that we need to do return numbers dot slice from 0 to something, to numbers dot length minus 1. There we go. That feels better. Let's go ahead and run that. Ta-da! Beautiful. Success. The main thing that was throwing it off was, and that makes sense when we had to lowercase, because it's looking in an entirely different range of the spectrum, so it had nothing to return. That's why we were getting this. An empty set of quotes with lots of frustration, similar to our soul. But in reality, all we needed was upper. Good times. Wait. What's going down? Hold on. Encrypted cow. Here we go. One line. Let's check out your one-liner. Encrypted cow has a handy solution. She's loading. Oh wow, all kinds of comments. Let's check out the one-liner. Function alphabet string return string to lowercase dot match a to z global dot reduce res in character to res plus character dot character code at 0 minus 97 comma blankety blankety blank. I never would have figured that out in 1,000 years. Caveman Steven would have just thrown a rock at the computer. That would have been my solution. To just get frustrated and walk away. Hey, Jumpy Stick. Oh god, headaches. Why not just return numbers? Oh, you know, I was looking at their example. Totally zoned out for the last bit. It was, where'd it go? It was that one. And that does make sense, because we are returning the whole thing. That makes me concerned. Why did they do that? I know it's concerning I did it, but that was more of a case of monkey see, monkey do. Let's close that. Run. Ah. You know what it is? It's because, watch this, the reason why is because they're concatenating a space after each one. Now, the way I would do it is return that, just this, get all the numbers, and then which I should be doing my way, is dot join. And that would make with a space. See, this way... Oh, fuckers, why wouldn't dot join work? Oh, because it's not an array. Well, that's not a big deal. Let's just make it an array. Sack of death. We're spiraling out of control. Numbers. Blankety blankety length. Oh, because character code only works on strings. That's what's going down. We'll go back. So anyways, that's why there was the slice. Because there's the extra space on the last one at the end. So that's what's going down. Why not just return numbers? You're literally returning the whole thing. And length minus 1 is default second array argument anyways. Death, death, death. It's one longer. Oh yeah, true. There's a string.trim though. L10 numbers.push. Oh, line 10, you're right. Numbers.push. All of this. I totally blanked out on all of that. I was just, the last couple days, I've been trying to simplify how much I push. Every day, it's filled me just setting up like 6 different for loops and a crap ton of empty arrays, and then it's me pushing in every single for loop, and it becomes this cluster of confusion. So I've been trying to simplify the number of times that I push things to empty arrays. And in the last couple days, it's been kind of hit and miss. Sometimes it leads to better code. Yesterday I lucked out. It actually did lead to some pretty clean code. But anywho. So there's that. We can just do this. Numbers blah and then dot join. Well, let's first just do numbers, see what we get. Double checking everything works. Look at that beautiful array of numbers. Followed by dot join down here for good measure. With a space. And ta-da, look at that. It's now got our own bit of flair to it. Not just knockoff code from some random corner of the internet. It got our own bit of Steven and encrypted cow and jumpy stick all mixed in there, right? It's good team effort. Thank you for the guidance and suggestions to improve said code, encrypted cow and jumpy stick. Greatly appreciated. Diver, hey to you, Diver. Nice eye patch. Yarg, indeed. Diver. Yar, indeed. And, Yuki or RS. Yuki R us. Yuki or us? We're awful with usernames. Welcome to you. Hopefully your night/day is going well. We just succeeded. So now we are going to submit this as our final attempt. See what all the cool kids had to suggest for their answers. Submit final. Alright. So, she's still loading. There we go. So, at the top, cool kids had to submit for their answers. Function, alphabet, text, result. Oh, it was the first one that we were kind of following. Interesting. Why? Why in God's name would they do that? That's so strange. I totally prefer ours, the join with the array instead, and just pushing. It's just so much cleaner. Hey, a one-liner. That's just like encrypted cows. Way cool. So, not a whole lot more to look at per se. See, join. They know what's up. Yeah, getting our join on. Well, way cool. Our answer was, we'll call it 1.5, since it was slightly different. Let's go to our profile as we begin to back out for the day. Day 247 comes to an end with 87% of the way through level 6, currently 36,085 for our position as we slowly climb towards the top of the leaderboard. We've got a long trek ahead of us, 36,000 plus more positions to go, but we're going to get there eventually. Fingers crossed. We can close out of all this noise up top. We're going to back out of CODEWARS into OBS. Thank you again to anyone and everyone who stopped by, especially those who helped out in chat. Today we had Encrypted Cow, Jumpy Stick, Diver, and Yuki R us. Thank you very much. Also, yet again, big hat tip to Encrypted Cow and Jumpy Stick for guiding us away from the edge and making sure we didn't light ourselves and the city on fire with our interesting code, to say the least. Day 247 comes to an end. However, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 248. In the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.